silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, so it will not fall apart or move around. Their idols are like pillars of turned work, as upright and stationary and immobile as a palm tree. They cannot speak, they have to be carried, but they cannot walk. Do not be afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither is it possible for them to do good. This passage highlights practices that are labeled as idolatry, likened to the way of the heathen and the customs of the people. Yahweh commands us not to learn or follow such ways, which he views as abominations. The tradition of making and offering cookies for Christmas has its roots in ancient pagan practices. Cookies were originally left for the hearth god to appease him, a tradition that dates back to the time of Jeremiah. The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire, and the women knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger. Jeremiah 7:18, the winter solstice. And evergreens. In the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice occurs on December 24th and 22nd, marking the shortest day and longest night of the year. Ancient peoples celebrated this event as the sun god's recovery from illness, symbolizing the return of life and warmth. Evergreens, which remained vibrant during winter, became a symbol of this renewal. The Egyptians worshiped Ra, the sun god, and adorned their homes with green palm rushes to celebrate his recovery. The Vikings believed evergreens were sacred to Balder, their sun god. These practices are the origins of the modern Christmas tree, deeply rooted in sun worship and pagan traditions. Consider Yahweh's words to the prophet Ezekiel, highlighting the consequences of idolatrous practices. Ezekiel 8:15. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these. And he brought me into the inner court of Yahuwah's house. And behold, at the door of the temple of Yahuwah, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs toward the temple of Yahweh, and their faces toward the east, and they worshipped the sun toward the east. Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger. And lo, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore will I also deal in fury. Mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in mine ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them. These verses underscore the seriousness of adopting customs rooted in idolatry and pagan practices, which provoke Yahweh's anger. The Christmas tree represents a mockery of Yahushua's death on the tree stake. Both involve nails, or stand in the case of the tree, to hold them upright. Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus, was nailed to the tree stake, with nails driven through his hands and immobilized. Similarly, Christmas trees are fixed in place, standing unmoving, a subtle mockery orchestrated by Satan to ridicule the crucifixion of the Messiah. Knowing this, do you still want to place a tree in your home and decorate it? The only one angered by your rejection of this pagan tradition would be Satan himself. This celebration is not about the Messiah we serve, Yahushua. Associating his name with this festival dishonors him and perpetuates a lie. Nimrod and his connection to Christmas. Jeremiah 2:20 reminds us of the ancient practices under every green tree, linking idolatry and pagan worship. For of old thou hast broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidst, I will not serve. For upon every high hill and under every green tree thou bowest down, playing the harlot. Babylonian worship centered on the child king Nimrod, depicted in his mother's arms. Nimrod's legacy ties directly to the winter solstice and the evergreen tree. December 25th, traditionally celebrated as his birthday, became a central pagan festival. Semiramis, his mother and wife, claimed an evergreen